Are you watching me on your TV, your laptop, your phone or tablet right now, all alone? How sure are you that you're all alone? Are you confident that no one's listening into your silent murmurs, your random musings in your bedroom, your conversations with others? Don't worry, I'm not talking about some perpetrator hiding behind curtains or a bogeyman hiding under your bed. Let me open up your eyes and ears to a whole new possibility. Do these words sound familiar? Alexa, good morning. What's on the news today? Okay, Google, tell me the recipe of a chocolate cake. Alexa, sing me a lullaby to put the baby to sleep. Google, call my husband, not mine, but you know, some of you will be calling your husband. And tell him to buy milk on his way back. There's a new member in our family, our helpful voice assistants. But have you ever wondered that when you command an Alexa or a Google, who else is listening to all your private thoughts? And even when you're not commanding them, everything that's happening in the room, conversations between all people, is that also being monitored? Today I can tell you, yes, someone for sure is listening into your bedroom conversation, and that's what we'll be discussing in our top story today. Are Google and Amazon peeping into your soul through your voice assistants? But before that, let's take a look at what else we have on the show today.
Every time you use a voice assistant, are you certain that no one else is listening to your commands? We open your eyes to a whole new possibility. And there's a new action camera in town, and this one is promising a lot. Could the DJI Osmo Action be the GoPro killer? And we review the new fitness watch from Samsung. Is this worth almost 20,000 rupees? And we also get our gaming gloves on with a feature-rich laptop from HP on a budget.
Is there a voice assistant controlled smart device in your house? Are Alexa, Google and Siri more than just helpful assistants to you? Well, today I can tell you that ever since smart speakers and gadgets made their way into bedrooms, privacy went out of the window. That assistant is doing more than just answering your questions and giving you trivia. What about the privacy of our data? How sacred is it? Amazon and Google, the forces behind Alexa and the Google Voice Assistant, have now confirmed, I'll say it again, have now confirmed that some portions of our conversations, our data, is in fact shared with third parties. In an interview to popular tech website CNET, Amazon confirmed that extremely small samples of Alexa voice recordings are shared with third parties to improve the customer experience and train the assistant to understand your requests and deliver them more efficiently. While Amazon promises that this information is treated with high confidentiality and multi-factor authentication to restrict access, how certain can we be that sensitive data isn't being misused? Remember, there are third parties involved, and we've heard these kind of statements from a lot of companies before, only to find out that all our data was abused. I'm not so confident about the confidentiality of our data. In an attempt to understand our speech and train their own AI assistants, what all are companies like Google and Amazon sharing with those third parties? Google says that it ties up with language experts across the world to understand different languages. This was highlighted by the company in a blog post. And Google also said that third-party contractors listen to about 0.2% of all recordings, and that user account details aren't associated with any of them. 0.2%. Yes, that figure may seem too small in the grand scheme of things, just a drop in the ocean. Imagine it's 0.2% of all conversations where people have those devices. That's a lot of conversations. Big tech giants conveniently use your interaction with assistants for ad personalization and so much more. They peep into your soul without you even knowing it. Privacy guidelines are very murky, and it's difficult to gauge what's private and what's public. Should you be paranoid? Throw these smart gadgets out of the window? That is not the solution. What you need to do is be more aware and stop living under a rock. With great convenience comes great risk, and it's safe to assume that in the near future, your digital assistant could very well be the spy who betrays you. Just be wary of what you share, what you talk, what you hide from your new bedfellow, be it Google or Alexa. Now let's take a quick look at all the news coming in from the world of gadgets.
Like fine wine? What will you look like when you are over the hill? An app called FaceApp has been trending with videos of people aging themselves. And all you have to do is add a selfie, and at the click of a button it will tell you what you would look like when you're older. The results have got a few good laughs and a lot of talk on social media, making FaceApp one of the trending apps this week on both iOS and Android. The app is available to download for free, but you might have to shell out around 1,700 rupees for the Pro version for a year. Celebrities like Will Smith, Mindy Kaling, Varun Dhawan and even the Jonas Brothers joined in the trend with pictures of what they might look like in the future. But while people have been giving access to their entire camera roll to this app, they have unknowingly been giving FaceApp the power to use these pictures for any purpose that it wishes to use them. The terms explicitly state this, and they have a license to use the images in any way they want. Many viral Facebook apps like this in the past few years were found to not be stored privately and securely.
Okay, from all that news, it's time to move on to a product I've been really waiting for. This is by the drone company. If I say drone company, what comes to your mind? DJI, right? Well, from them is the Osmo Action. Now, this is, for want of any other way of describing it, a GoPro. But is it a GoPro killer? Well, I'll partially answer that today. We will go into this story even more in more detail in a week or two from now. But right now I'm going to tell you Osmo Action, lots and lots of great action around it. So this is, of course, an action camera. The Osmo Action kind of gives it away. GoPro set up the market for this. It established the market and it took it into this incredible stratosphere. But now with this, GoPro should be a little nervous because the form factor is almost the same, but this has some more interesting things. So it's got 4K electronic image stabilization. It is waterproof. You do not need any case around it. It's got 4K at 60p. It's got dual screen, and that's where most people are saying it becomes an absolute killer. So, you know, when you're setting up a GoPro or any other action camera, what's the biggest problem? To really know your frame, you have to have either a TV screen or you have to have your phone as a remote. This one, you can see the frame or you can see yourself even in an action shot even before you start. That really is the big USP.
From new highs to low underwater shots to a ton of action, this camera promises to be at the heart of all the action and captures it with a lot of panache. Meet DJI's first action camera, the DJI Osmo Action. Priced at around 34,000 rupees, this competes directly with the GoPro Hero 7 Black and comes packed with a whole lot of features and modes. But does it give GoPro a run for its money, and how does it perform? Let's dive straight into all the action and see. The DJI Osmo Action comes in a small form factor. It will pair with GoPro accessories as well, making it quite hassle-free. There are 3 simple buttons on the body of the camera, and the big highlight is the dual screen function. The 1.4-inch front screen will let you shoot vlog-style videos so you can see exactly what you record and frame things properly. And you can even toggle the functions and settings with ease. Some of these videos we shot were in this front-facing mode. Being an action camera, the DJI has ensured that this camera is temperature resistant and it is waterproof up to 11 meters. So underwater videos are possible on this as well. There is Action OS on this, which has a neat and streamlined user interface. The modes can be changed easily on the touchscreen and it responds well without any lag. The Osmo sports a 12-megapixel 1x2.3-inch CMOS sensor with an f2.8 aperture and a 145-degree wide field of view. There is 4K HDR mode which shoots in 30 FPS. The picture quality was very sharp, and this is one mode the GoPro Hero 7 lacks. Although DJI's Rock Steady feature, which like the name suggests, combines EIS or electronic image stabilization with algorithms. We even tried the time-lapse mode and got some good shots in daylight. The camera dissipates heat and it didn't heat up too much when we tried various time-lapses. This is a high-contrast time-lapse taken on the DJI Osmo Action. The low-light time-lapses were decent, if not very good, although some denoise would be needed in post-production. There is a 8x slow-motion mode that captures details exceptionally well. Using this camera is quite easy as it comes with voice commands.
Next photo.
This is limited to just 5 right now, but it does the basic job. On the battery front, the DJI Osmo Action does okay and it takes an hour to charge fully. But when compared to the king of action cameras, the GoPro Hero 7 Black, how does the DJI stack up? Well, while the form factor is similar, the GoPro Hero 7 comes with a mini monochrome screen, while the DJI Osmo Action has a proper screen. The max video resolution on both is 4K 60 FPS. The GoPro Hero 7 Black lacks a HDR mode. There is electronic image stabilization in both, and both come with similar camera resolution specs. The GoPro Hero 7 Black is waterproof up to 10 meters. Live streaming is possible on the GoPro and not on the DJI Action Cam. On the price front, the GoPro Hero 7 Black is priced at 30,499 rupees currently and is slightly cheaper than the Osmo Action. Overall, the DJI Osmo Action packs in quite a bit without being too heavy on the pocket, but it holds its own with excellent picture quality, good stability, and it is very simple to use. This is an ideal camera for video blocking, and the dual screen feature remains the big takeaway.
And now let's move on to this, the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active. Now the Active is, some people call it a stripped down version of the Samsung Galaxy Watch. I would just say it's a different version. So this is a smaller watch for sure. It doesn't have that bezel, which really is what made the Samsung Galaxy Watch really stand out. But other than that, it's got a lot going for it. 39 different activity modes, does very well in the Samsung ecosystem, but once you bring it out, I think there are a few people who believe that battery life is a problem. I think even on our review, we found that to be kind of true. But there's a lot more happening with this, including a much lower price, under 20K.
When we heard a more affordable variant of the original Samsung Galaxy Watch was making its way into our studios, we were excited and curious. After all, the original Samsung Galaxy Watch is a premium device and ranks high in the list of best smartwatches in town. But what you see in front of your eyes is its more affordable sibling, the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active, priced aggressively at Rs 19,990. So with the addition of the word active, a few changes here and there, lo and behold, the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active is here, and it is a pared-down version of the flagship Galaxy Watch. So is this a great deal or a compromise? Let's find out. Design. When it comes to looks, this one looks pretty premium, but one thing we definitely miss is the rotating bezel, a staple of Samsung wearables. While this makes the Watch Active thinner and lighter, we did find it harder to navigate through menus. You get two buttons on the right-hand side of the watch. While the bottom button works as a home button and can be used to switch the watch on or off, the top one can be used to go back. Display. There is a 1.1-inch AMOLED touchscreen watch face, and we have no problems with the size. The 40mm size has enough real estate here to get the job done, multitask as well as use the exercise functions. The touch works well to click on apps. We do, however, feel that if you have fat fingers, you may struggle with this screen. Performance. Fueling the Galaxy Watch Active is a 1.15 GHz Exynos 9110 processor, which makes navigation quick, smooth and easy. But before you decide to invest in this watch, let us be frank, the full features of the watch are of course enjoyed with a Samsung smartphone, and that's why we used an S10 Plus. The Watch Active paired seamlessly with the Samsung Wear app. You are free to download third-party fitness and music apps like Spotify. The Tizen OS is a little hard to maneuver for the uninitiated and takes a while to get used to. Let's get active. We took the watch out for a jog as well as a brisk walk and were not disappointed. You can track a total of 39 activities spanning yoga, weightlifting, walking, cycling and more. We used the watch to track our heart rate and compared it to an actual pulse oximeter and found the results to be more or less accurate. We especially like the stress tracker. All workaholics definitely need this, though we're not sure how accurate the stress management is. The watch tracks your steps, calories, and you can use the Samsung Health app to get a more comprehensive view of your lifestyle. Since this is a watch aimed at fitness, it is waterproof up to 5 meters and is IP68 certified. Samsung also claims that the Watch Active can track your blood pressure. To do the same, you can download an app called My BP Lab. This performs well too. Battery. Well, this part is a bit of a bummer because we found the 230 mAh battery to last us around 2.5 days only if you're using a Samsung phone. With another one, the battery drains quicker. We would have liked a better battery at this price, especially with budget trackers promising 15 days and more. But this is definitely not a deal breaker. So all in all, what do we think? Well, the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active successfully fits premium qualities of a smartwatch in a thin and light body at an aggressive price point. While it may face some competition from the likes of the Fitbit Versa, but for Samsung loyalists who like to stay within the ecosystem, this is a great watch with decent fitness tracking features.
So let me play a game of oxymorons with you. Let's start with the first one. Happily married. No, I'm just kidding. That is not an oxymoron. But I will now play the oxymoron game, which is gaming laptop on a budget. You know, it's never said in one sentence ever, but I have now in my hand a gaming laptop on a budget. So HP released quite a few gaming laptops. They're getting very serious about the gaming business, the gaming industry, and especially here in India. Now, this is the HP Pavilion 15, but they also came out with the Omen, the dual screen one. That's 2 lakhs plus. But in the world of gaming laptops, when you say 2 lakhs plus, you're not supposed to say, oh my God, it's expensive, because gaming laptops per se are expensive. These are extremely high performance devices that really have no compromises. But when this one comes in, now this one is a slightly more higher end version of it, but this one, the HP Pavilion series for gaming laptops, starts off at about 70,000. I know 70,000 is not really chump change, but in the gaming business, like I said earlier, this is a gaming laptop on a budget. That was the oxymoron.
Gamers, listen up, it's time to get all set. HP's latest lineup of their premium gaming laptops from the Omen series is finally here. And leading the lineup is the Omen X2S, which comes with a swanky dual screen and starts at 2,09,990 rupees. But don't worry, it's not all this steep. Climbing down the price ladder is the HP Pavilion Gaming Model 15, which is priced at a breezy 70,990 rupees. The variant we have is priced at 1,19,990 rupees. But what is HP's strategy on tackling competition?
So as the category is evolving, there are a lot of insights that are coming up, and we are using our insights to develop products which the users would love. Now let's look at the example of the Omen X2S. Why have we launched a dual screen laptop? The reason we've launched a dual screen gaming laptop, incidentally this is the first dual screen gaming laptop, is because users today, while they're gaming, also want to look at another screen. So that's the kind of insight that we are working on, which we believe will make us a leader in the gaming industry.
The laptop looks every bit the part. It has lovely purple accents on the keyboard and a large touchpad. It does have visible bezels and is quite robust looking. The edgy speaker grills are right in front and we love the angular pattern. These are premium Bang & Olufsen speakers, but we have to add that the laptop is pretty heavy to hold. But now let's take a quick look at what's on the inside. There's a 12GB RAM on the variant we got for review, and it comes with the new and recently announced NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660. This, combined with the i7 8th generation processor with 6 cores CPU, makes this laptop quite a workhorse. There are many connectivity options, including multiple USB slots, a USB Type-C slot and an SD card slot as well. There is a massive 1TB storage that this laptop packs in. On the battery front, it ran a little more than 4 hours on full video playback. This isn't the best result for a gaming laptop, but being one, it does have a 3-phase motor fan to keep the laptop cool. It wasn't noisy at all, and we'll find out just how cool it kept the laptop when we game on it in just a bit. The screen has crisp colors and a display of 1080p with a refresh rate up to a whopping 144Hz. Well, that's all for the big specs the Pavilion Gaming 15 packs in, but it's now time to put it to test. We got a professional gamer to check it out and tell us what he thought on all these fronts.
I've been using this laptop for the past week or so now, and the first thing I'd like to touch upon is the design. It's somewhat based on the Omen line of laptops from HP, which are more expensive, so this gives you that premium feel of having a more expensive laptop, but at a much lower price compared to the Omen series. The best part about this laptop, in my opinion, it has to be the display. I mean, you have a 144Hz display. I just wish it had variable refresh rate like G-Sync or something, but I think it's fair. So I've run a couple of benchmarks on this laptop and I've played quite a bit of Apex Legends and Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And I must say that the graphic card, the 1660 Ti, which is like one of the latest graphic cards from NVIDIA right now, does a pretty good job at this resolution at 1080p on this display. But it's still, I don't think it's still capable enough to run most AAA titles at like higher settings, graphic settings. Apart from that, I think the processor is really good, the 9th gen i7. It comes with 6 cores, 12 threads. It's really good for productivity. It's a very good performer. The RAM, I feel 12GB is an odd number. It should have been 16 in my opinion, because 8 plus 8 sort of makes the RAM run in dual channel, so the processor benefits with the performance when the RAM is running in dual channel mode. The battery life on this laptop is nothing to talk about. I mean, it's average, I'd say, for this size of battery, 52 kilowatt hour battery. You really can't game on the battery. I'd say if you're gaming, you need to have this plugged in to the wall. I like the build quality. I like the display. The display is beautiful. It has amazing processing power. It's good for productivity and gaming. Apart from that, I think connectivity is good. You have ample amount of USB ports. for all your peripherals. Storage is another key feature on this laptop. It comes with a 1TB hard drive and a 512GB NVMe SSD, so you have best of both worlds. I have certain issues with this laptop. For example, the matte finish on this laptop, if we talk about the design, is a fingerprint magnet. All in all, if you do end up buying this laptop, I don't think you'd regret it.
Right now, we'll take a break on the show, but we'll come back. Lots and lots of other things, including STEM. Now, what does STEM stand for? Well, that's what I'm here for. I'll tell you after the break. In the previous story, you met a gamer. Now you're going to meet a very interesting child. But before that, I have to educate you. STEM, do you know what it stands for? Science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, not really things that you associate with a 5, 7, or a 10-year-old, but STEM is the way to go. And taking STEM and where STEM meets fun is this. This is the Shifu Plugo Link and Count. Now, for about 5 to 10-year-old hands-on play, now this is augmented reality gaming system, a very interesting way to get education in, and I think it really is becoming a very, very big market where you can now have technology taking education forward rather than that old school way of just textbooks and teachers. So this is an interesting one, and like I said, we've got the real audience for it, a child to try it out. Let's see what the child has to say.
The magic of augmented reality for learning. Well, that's Shifu Plugo, a cute sounding name for an educational AR gaming system. The game is designed around the STEM system, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Math, as Rajiv already told you. And it is meant for age groups between 5 to 11 years. Using this is very simple. All you have to do is attach an iPad to the gamepad and fire up the Shifu Plugo app. The app doesn't need Wi-Fi or data for the games to work, which is the best part. There are 2 game kits. One is Links, which comes with magnetic hexagon building blocks and comes with construction challenges and puzzles. The stories are fun and interactive, and the difficulty levels can be adjusted according to the age of a child. The other set is Count, which makes math a lot more fun. It comes with a count spike and some numerals. This has to be placed in the designated area on the mat, and then the AR magic will ask the children to solve math sums. The answer is the numerals you put on the count spike, and the AR detects it and tells you if you are wrong or right. The game is pretty immersive and seemed to keep this 10-year-old boy engaged when we gave it to him to try it out.
Yes, I will suggest my other friends to play this game, as it will help them to improve their mathematics, and they will spend their most of the times in this game and enjoy themselves.
And now, how much will all you parents have to lose in your purse strings for this? Well, the entire set with Count and Link is priced at 3,499 rupees. Just Count or Link with the gamepad costs 2,499 rupees. Of course, the iPad or tablet is something you will have to have for the game. All in all, Shifu Plugo is an impressive game with good use of AR and graphics. It makes your kids' screen time worthwhile, as they will learn a thing or two along the way while having fun.
That then was the show for this week, but do remember, lots coming up next week. Here's a quick preview.